Hey everybody, welcome. It's another live stream today. It's May 7th. Happy Friday. Man, we made it through another week. I am so happy to be here with you. Sorry we couldn't be there last week. We had some stuff we had to do last week. But this week we are back and we are drawing. Today we're going to be doing, I told you, we've been working on this course on costume figure drawing, with a focus on fabrics and how fabric fits on the human body and all that. Well, the reason I didn't, I was out last Friday is because I flew to California. Don't worry, I got vaccinated before I went. We were masked the whole time. It was all good. Plus, my buddy that I went to go photograph, he was vaccinated. Everything was great. A couple of people gave me some grief for it. But anyway, we got out there. I went out to Los Angeles, California. I was there literally for 36 hours. I was there to photograph my friend Zsolt Hormé, my great Hungarian buddy that's got the best wardrobe I've ever seen of anybody I know. And so I had to go out there and photograph him. He's lived all over the world. He speaks 5 languages. He's just a man of the world. And so he's got Japanese kimonos and this and that and all kinds of crazy stuff. And I just had to photograph him. So I thought today it would be fun to do some drawing, timed drawing. This is what we do. It's sort of like warm-ups. When we would do figure drawing, rather than long poses right off the bat, we would start out doing 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute poses, and then we'd get into our long poses, which were usually about 20 minutes. So I thought, you know, we're doing this as part of the course, part of my costume course. Matter of fact, we just got done filming yesterday doing 2 minute poses. And I thought, you know, it'd be fun today with you guys to do maybe 5 minute poses. And so we just jump right into it. 5 minutes to me is a really good number to get a decent drawing done. If you're not experienced at it, then it's going to feel real short. And it's going to be painful. I've got a timer set up so you can draw right along with us. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Before we get to all of that, I want to remind you, or tell you, actually, that Tim Hodge's new course is out today. Storyboarding for TV animation with Tim Hodge. It is going to be coming out during our live stream today. And we've extended the 50% off sale on it through the weekend. So you can still get it at the pre-order price. If you go get it now, it's a great course. Really good course on storyboarding for TV animation. Now, you might want to storyboard for feature as well. There's still going to be information in there for feature storyboarding as well. But this is really geared towards what they go through and a lot of the things that Tim has dealt with, both as a director and a storyboard artist for TV animation. It's great. It's a really, really great course, and it's coming out today. So if you're interested in that, head on over to creatureartteacher.com and you can check that out. Why don't you go ahead and play his little promo, Dustin?
Hi art friends, Tim Hodge here, and I'm really happy to announce the release of my new series of lessons with creatureartteacher.com, storyboarding for TV animation. I take you through step by step the creative process, from staging your shots to setting up characters for better acting, camera placement, and creating clear facial expressions. And most importantly, putting shots together to tell a story. I even take you through step by step of the creative process on this particular storyboard I've been working on about a pirate and a monkey in a battle of wits over a treasure. But it's not just watching me do storyboards. I've also included some scripts for you to produce yourself. I've included model sheets and location drawings and even an audio track with actors reading the parts so you can cut together your own animatic if you want to. So stay tuned. I can't wait for you to enjoy it. Again, that's storyboarding for TV animation at creatureartteacher.com.
We're back.
Hey, I was reading messages and stuff. So, Tim Hodge, go get it. It's awesome. I've known Tim for 25 years, maybe more actually, maybe 26 or 27 years. He's a great friend, and he's an amazing artist, incredible teacher, and you won't be sorry if you go out and get Storyboarding for TV by Tim Hodge, TV animation. Also, I just want to remind you that our huge sale is still going on, our COVID sale, where we've dropped everything down to a lot of the stuff, it's the lowest price ever. Some of our stuff we've dropped down to $10, some of it down to $5, some of it we've dropped down to $1. So going over to Creature Art Teacher, we've got a whole section in there that's going to show you all the stuff that we've dropped way down, so that you guys can, for those of you that are out of work, you're stuck at home still, we wanted this all to be really affordable, and there you go. So there's that. What else have we got? I think that's about it. I want to just dive in, and I want to start drawing. Let's do it. Hey, and once again, we're in our new digs. We're going to do a studio tour here pretty soon. I finally got all my furniture in, so I've got a different station all over this nice big room of ours for different types of art creation. So that's really cool. Look for our little studio tour in the next few days. And actually, in a week, we're actually not going to be streaming next week because Dustin, Nick, and myself will be with Manny Carrasco and Peter Hahn. We're going to be out in Yellowstone National Park photographing grizzly bears coming out of hibernation. Woo-hoo. Yeah.
Also bison.
Bison. We're going to be coming back with some pretty cool stories. So here's what we're going to do. You don't have to be drawing digitally to work with us. You can if you want, but you can be drawing on paper as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have this image of my friend Jolt. I've got a whole bunch of images I'm going to be pulling up. A lot of this stuff is focused, is very fold fabric centric. So a lot of what he's wearing is going to have a lot of that in there. Like I said, he's got the best wardrobe I've ever seen of any man, and he is just awesome. And we're back up on Facebook. That's great. So, and also we are still on track for our book. For those of you that have been asking, where's the Art of book and what state is it in? We are up to the point where we are just about ready to get our dummy book done, which is going to take a few weeks. And then after that, if everything is the way we want it, then we're going to be doing the big order. So we are literally probably within 4 or 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks of having that done. But anyway, let me come back to this. So I've got a timer. I've got it set for 5 minutes right here. That's going to play. And so when we're ready to draw, I'm going to hit that. And I'm going to have the image right here. I wish we had a live model. We don't have that today. But this is just as good because a live model would just be holding the same pose anyway. And we're all going to be drawing the same view. I'm going to be drawing over on the left side to show you my approach on it. And we've got about, 12 or 15 poses that I thought we could go through today. And meanwhile, I'll actually answer some questions. Before I start, let me see what's up here. A Twitch comment. I just wanted to say my signed I See Spots had arrived and it's just stunning. Thank you kindly. So, a lot of you should be receiving your prints that we sent out, the signed print of either the cheetah or the tiger. Those have been getting out and people have been really happy. So that makes me happy. But why don't we go ahead and jump into the first one, shall we, Dustin?
Yes.
So I am going to go ahead here, and I'm going to hit start, and we're going to let this run for 5 minutes, and we'll see what we come up with. Here we go. And we are running. There we go. So I like to start at the top. I like to start at the top of the head with a nice broad brush, like so. And a lot of times I'll start too big, and so I'll have to resize. But I start very loosely. The whole idea is to find, when we're doing these short poses, matter of fact, I'm going to shrink it up right now. When we're doing these short poses, oh shoot, you know what, I got to stop. I got screwed up I screwed up, everybody.
Oh no.
Oh no, I forgot to put it on another layer. I forgot to put, I'm drawing on the background like I always do. So let me do this again. Man, that was anticlimactic, wasn't it? Okay. All right, layer, merge the layers. Okay, now we're back to a white background. Let me put a layer on top. There we go. Now I feel good about myself. Okay, let's get that back to 5 minutes. Now, before I realized we kind of jumped in. The whole idea of doing these short drawings is to free you up, to loosen you up, get you to look at the drawing as a whole, the pose as a whole, and get it down fast, and then you can refine. So often when we have all this time in the world, we get noodly, and you end up just kind of sticking in one spot. This forces you, especially with the 1 and 2 minute poses, to really get in there and just scribble in your gesture, and that's what this is all about. So let's go ahead and start the clock again. I am on a new layer, there we go, and let's do this again. So I like to start at the top with that head. There we go, coming down here. And I'm starting with a very broad, with my brush set very broad. And one thing I'm looking at the tilt of these shoulders.
Will the people who order the book, when the signed ones are going out, will they know that they're getting signed ones, or will they only know when it's delivered?
For the ones that are getting the signed ones, you should know. I'm pretty sure. I know we set it up that the first 100 people that did the order are going to get signed books. Now, whether or not we let people know, I'm not sure if that's happened or not. And we might open it up beyond 100. I'm not sure yet. I was going to talk to Nick about that. But here, so what I'm doing is, you see, I'm moving really quickly through, and I'm trying to find the real strong thrust of his body and where he's got his weight. And I want to push it. And he's got cloth hanging down here. And I just go really quick. Let me move this up here. And while I'm drawing these, I tend to have a hard time seeing because I'm working against the clock here. So I'm not looking at the questions right away.
Well, unfortunately, Facebook is having troubles on their end because our stream on Facebook, on the Facebook side,
Is down again?
Is down again. So
Okay.
So I'm going to be focusing on questions from YouTube, in which we do not have any new questions just yet.
Okay, great. So here I've got a couple of minutes left, and so I've got this quick sketch laid in. So now what I like to do is I'm going to come in and I want to lay in maybe some shadow shapes. I love doing this kind of thing. So I'll just come in real quick. Just start laying in some shadow shapes right here. And once again, I'm going to be mimicking with these shapes some of the shapes of the folds themselves.
Got a few new questions here.
Sure.
When do you expect the 100 Drawings book to be ready and shipped? I had my grandparents and parents order both for my birthday.
The 100 drawings will be about the same time, if not a little bit later than the coffee table book. So here we go.
Another person asks, what is the difference in the anatomy between a grizzly bear and a brown bear? Thank you very much.
They're the same. So coastal brown bears tend to be larger because they get a lot more protein with all the salmon that they eat, but they're basically the same species. So their anatomy is the same other than size. So here I'm focusing on these shadows to help describe form. These shadows that I lay in here, I've got about 30 seconds left. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and just hit a couple of details in his hair. Gets a little darker in here. I got about 15 seconds left.
10, 9,
8,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
there. Boom. So there's our first drawing. That's a 5-minute drawing. So you can see, even though it's a scribbly, quick drawing, it's got all the life. It's got all the, you can see the folds, you can see the fabric, you can see everything. It's got all the information that it needs. And this is a great base for later on if you want to, refine the drawing further. But the point I'm trying to make here is that you can get so much information down quickly is if you just observe and then really think about where you're putting that line work. Okay? This is, once again, it's a 5-minute drawing, and it's amazing how much you can get done in 5 minutes. And this is the same technique that I would use if I go to the zoo and I'm drawing animals. It's finding those shapes, finding those forms, getting them down quickly, and then moving on. Okay? So let's go ahead and I'm going to combine those layers. Question, do you still go to the zoo often? And if so, do you recommend purchasing a membership to the zoo? I do. If you go to the zoo often, then I definitely recommend getting a membership. So there's that layer right there. I'm going to turn that off. We're going to I'm going to create another layer, and let's get rid of this. There we go. Let's get rid of this one. Let me reset the clock, and let's go get another. Let's go get another one.
What's your favorite place that you've been for photography?
Africa, Kenya.
I want to go.
Absolutely favorite is Kenya. All right, so here's Jolt again. We're going to be drawing. It's going to be Jolt Day. Z-S-O-L-T. If you're wondering how to spell Jolt, Z-S-O-L-T. He's a lot of fun. He's a Walt Disney Imagineer. So he's actually in Japan right now helping to build. He just got through. He's in quarantine. And even though he's been vaccinated, he still has to be in quarantine. But he's helping to build some of the new attractions that Disney is creating over in Japan.
Yeah, in fact, recently, I think last year, they did a documentary about Imagineers, like since the beginning. And the last couple of episodes where they're talking about the cars.
Yeah, the modern
stuff. Yeah, Jolt makes an appearance a few times.
Yeah, he's in it quite a few times. The question is, how many 5-minute drawing exercises will we do in the stream? I've got about 10 to 14 poses picked. So we'll probably do at least 10, but I got to stop talking. So are you ready? We're going to do another one. So here's our next pose. And I'm going to start. I got my new layer. I've got my color right, and here we go. So here, just going to keep it very simple. I don't want to get hung up with his glasses too much. I don't want to get hung up with his face too much, actually. The key is to just keep it moving and find the gesture. I draw through. And notice also real quick, notice how I'm doing kind of shorthand with the folds.
Oh, Dad.
Yeah?
You didn't start the timer.
Oh, doggone it. Come on. All right, well, I gained a little bit of time, I guess. We gained a little bit of time.
Head start.
I cheated.
Cheater!
We'll get that hand down.
Are you still talking about the other thing, or are you ready for a new question?
Yeah, I'm ready for questions.
All right. I have brought loads of your videos and brush sets. Oh no, I bought loads of your videos and brush sets. My mistake. I love the Frogman video, and I've begun taking my own photos for textures. Do you have a favorite texture that you use?
Not really a favorite. For me, it's whatever texture does the job. I don't normally have favorite textures. I like them all. Make sure I got this right. Okay, when I get down here, because I cheated. We got a fair amount of time left. See, I like when we get down to stuff when I have somebody that's wearing like big billowy outfits like this kimono, because I love the abstract shapes you can get. You draw, like I've got a foot here that I've got to draw, but then everything around that foot I can draw in abstract shapes.
Are we still doing the scholarship program?
Yes, we are. Yep, we are still doing the scholarship program. Nick and I put money aside every month for our scholarship program. So if you're looking for aid to get through school, please go to creatureartteacher.com/ I think it's scholarship, isn't it?
I think so.
Or education, I can't remember. Can't remember off the top of my head now.
When I usually draw human figures, I start from the torso. Is that unadvisable?
No, that's fine. I just start with the head because that's what I've always done. So this one's I'm a little jumbly all over the place, but that's okay. So all of this is in shadow, and the hand goes into shadow right here. This is all in shadow here, and some shadow there. And then here is the light we're getting, the wrinkles are forming the shadows, but we definitely have shadow here. And then all of this down here is in shadow, except for this part of the leg right here, and then it kind of comes up.
Scooby Donker says, hey Aaron, thanks, as always. I'm trying to move from drawing towards painting. I've been drawing for my whole life, but never painted. Any tips on starting to think about painting, specifically in the...
Think of painting as an extension of drawing. If you've been drawing, then you can paint. And it's really just an extension. There we go. Got about it. Boy, I definitely cheated on that because I feel like I got all the time in the world on this one. But yeah, as far as your drawings go, or your paintings go, from drawing, just think of it as an extension. You're still thinking about value. You're still thinking about, now you're just thinking about, planes and color now, and temperature.
Is that timer on the screen a plugin within Photoshop?
No, it's I downloaded it from the App Store. There we go. So there he is. a cheat. This is about a 6 minute. This is about a 6 minute pose. So there's our 6 minute pose with Jolt Horme.
Drawing a man, drawing a woman.
There you go. Sorry. All right, so that's pose number 2. Nick says, oh, you're pretty partial to elephant skin as far as textures go. That's true. I do like using elephant skin. Going back to the question as far as what's my favorite texture, I do like to use elephant skin textures in my creature designs. I do like to do that. All right, so there's our next pose right there. So that's about a 6 minute drawing. And once again, I love getting in there and using the values, getting in there and roughing in shadow shapes. It really gives it a sense of light and form, and you can see how pretty scribbly you can be, but still get something that has a sense of light, and it's got a sense of form and that sort of thing. So, without that being said, why don't we go ahead and jump on to the next one? I'm going to layer these together. Okay.
So every time I hear, why don't we go on to the next one, I just have this sudden urge to hit the.
Oh, to hit the stop.
To hit the stop button.
Because that's what I always say that when we're recording the videos.
I'm gonna move on to the next one. All right, stop recording.
All right, let's go to number 3. All right, I like this one. That's a cool pose. This is one of the things I like because you're going to have a body shape in here, but if you look at from the waist down, that's really just a big abstract shape. And from the waist up, there's, you see the shape of the back, but that's really kind of a big abstract shape. And what you have is you have a head sticking out and arms and feet sticking out. But this really shows you what you can get away with as far as creating abstract shapes with fabric and just attaching heads and hands and kind of the cool effects that you can get in that thinking. So let's create a layer on top.
Don't forget the timer.
Not going to forget the timer. Let me make sure I've got everything set up here. Let me get my brush size the right way. And start. All right. So here I want to start with Jolt. His head up here.
Will you be doing live shows across the pond in the future when the world stops being so crazy?
Yes. Yes, I will.
Definitely plan.
We plan on coming back across up into Europe again as soon as we can. So there's a seam there. I want to have him pushing in right about here's the top of that belt. I want to get that belt in there. I want to get that scapula plane right there.
I watched the video where you animated Snow Bear. Could you tell me how you animated snow? Thank you very much.
Animating snow is just animating particles, right? You're just drawing a bunch of particles falling down randomly down to the ground, and so that's really all I did. A lot of the snow effects in there are snow effects that I downloaded because I didn't want to take the time to animate snow. But I've done snow and rain and things like that in the past, and that's really all you need to do is just you got to animate those particles and make sure you're animating them right. Okay, so he's got this thrust where he's kind of pushing his hips out. So his right here, there's the belt. So that's coming out. So the key here is to really pay attention to where these thrusts are. And when I say thrust, I'm talking about like a change in the hips, change in weight. Go ahead, Dustin.
Do you ever ask the model to take a certain pose?
Yes, all the time. I was doing that with Jolt here.
Yeah. Dustin, are you drawing and painting new too? No, I do photography. Although I did used to draw, but not anymore.
So here we go. Just going to roughen that chair very quickly. Okay, so now got a little something roughed in there. There.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? Do you consider yourself more of a drawer or a painter?
I'm both. I'm probably more. I'd probably fall on the drawing side more than anything else. But you know, when you paint, you're drawing, and I don't separate the two things too much. So here, what I'm trying to do is really get a little sense of light and shadow from his arm there. Here's where it gets touchy. So I got about a little over a minute left. I want to make sure I get all this in here done the right way. And down here we've got some really hard shadows.
Is there a specific kind of pen in Photoshop you recommend using for these exercises, or a specific pen setting?
No, just whatever is comfortable for you.
And what's the best part to focus on as a beginner artist? Like perspective, anatomy?
You have to have it all. You gotta. That's the key, and that's what makes it tough. Is that you got to focus on all of it in order for it to come out right, right? And so it's tough. I got about 20 seconds left. Let me jump over here. Get right into his hair. Shouldn't have put that nostril in there. 1 second. Ah, boom, done. Whoa, that one was a little bit of a struggle. There we go. Reset. So once again, there's our 5-minute sketch. This one, it gets a little lost over on the left side. It gets a little jumbled up, but that's okay. You know, they're not all going to be masterpieces, and that's another point to make, is that when you're doing these sketches, it's not about making beautiful drawings. It is about training yourself to see the gesture and the thrusts and the big shapes right away and get those down. That's what this is trying to teach. Get those big shapes, get the gesture, get all that down first. Twitch question, hi, you have a poster called Horse Run Keyframes with some key positions of the run. Do you think you will make a poster like that for a big cat? It would really be helpful for understanding walk or run cycles. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that for sure. I've definitely got the stuff. So here's what we've done so far. We've got this one, and we did this guy here. So I'm liking what we've got. These are all fun sketches. Let's go ahead and do another one. So let's dump this one here. I love doing these kinds of things. It's and a lot of people ask me, they say, man, I didn't know you drew people. Everyone always thinks I just draw animals. And the fact is, I draw everything. You know, if you draw, you just draw. I love drawing human figures. I love drawing human figures with lots of drapery. You know, things like this. I love creating these types of drawings. They're just a lot of fun. But so once again, before you start, we're going to be, this especially, there's a big, it's just kind of a big chunky mass right here. But it's still, you still want to be able to define where his hips are, where his knees are, where the leg carries through underneath that fabric of the arm. You want to understand where the shoulders are, how the neck comes out, you know, through the shoulders. You know, these are all things to be aware of as you do this next sketch. So let's do that. Let me see. What types of folds are those below the belt? The ones below the belt on the last one, I'm assuming. These would be, for me, it's a combination of diaper folds. This is kind of diaper folds, those big ones that go back and forth. It's diaper folds and some drop folds in there too. And maybe some half locks as well. All right, so are we ready? Time on the clock. And we are drawing.
Is there a video on figure drawing that you have made?
I have a video on human anatomy that I've done. So here I'm just going to lay in the head. I'm going to take a little bit more time. Probably more time than I should.
Have you seen the movie Mitchells versus the Machines yet? And if so, did you like it?
I loved it. Yeah, I did. I watched it. I loved it. So here's one thing: is look at that simple line coming right there. Boom. Simple line coming right down under his butt, coming around. Nice simple line. And here we've got seams coming down. Lots of folds. Zigzag folds in here.
How did you plan to start coloring? What is your first thought?
I think about local color when I color something. I think about what is that color before it's lit and before it's in shadow. What's happening there? And then let's get that. If I draw through, now we can get into the hips and here. These are all half lock folds. Half lock folds in here. Drop fold coming down right here. Now his foot is pretty dynamic the way let me move this up. The way he's positioned his foot.
Here, do you know David Dunnett?
I don't know, not in that pronunciation.
He was a layout artist at Disney for a while who designed the most amazing backgrounds.
I don't know him, no.
What type of folds are those below the belt?
These are half locks right in here. The other thing about Jolt is he's got the best jewelry. Mm-hmm. The guy has always got, always dressed to a T. All right, so I've got just under 2 minutes. I've got everything kind of roughed in right here.
Do you plan to make a how to draw dinosaurs course?
No plans right now, but I don't know dinosaurs very well. But in the future, we probably could do something. James Gurney is the guy you want to talk to for that. And James Gurney is awesome.
When first getting started and doing these 5-minute drawings, do you recommend drawing the structural forms of the character first, or just jump right into the outlines?
I'm thinking about the structural form under the outlines that I'm creating, if that makes sense. So as I'm drawing, I'm thinking about that arm that's filling out that sleeve. I'm thinking about everything that's under there as I'm drawing it, and I'm keeping track of where it all is.
Do you watch Proco's Draftsman podcast? Do you think you'll be featured in one of their episodes? It would be really awesome.
Well, I'm supposed to be featured in one of his podcasts coming up later in the month. We're still working out the dates and everything. I've got 26 seconds. Oh, I've been sitting here jibber jabbering.
Jibber jabber.
There we go. So you can see it doesn't, you know, as far as the face goes, it's not the greatest face in the world, but it's roughed in. And there we go. So there's our next pose right there. In his kimono. I wanted to get a nice clean shape right around the butt, right? I wanted to have a nice clean line. I'm going through and adjusting a little bit. There, just nice and clean as it comes around. Because I love the simplicity of this right there. A nice long line that comes from the head right down around the body. There's something there that's really nice.
I've never heard of the term half-lock folds. Is that it? What does...
Yeah, half-lock folds are folds that happen when you have an abrupt change of direction in a tubular form of fabric. So let's say a long sleeve. I don't have a long sleeve on, but if I bend my arm, it's going to be tight along one side, but then lots of folds on the inside. Those are half-lock folds.
You can show one of the pictures of you, or you got that right there.
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah. So let me do this. Look at that. You can still kind of see the form with just the shadows. So half-lock folds are these. So you've got an elbow and it's these folds that form when you bend your arm. Like that. Those are half-lock folds.
Hey Aaron, do you have or plan a course on drapery?
Yes. Well, that's coming. That's what we're doing. I'm doing a whole course on costumed figure drawing with a focus on drapery, fabric, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, the different folds.
Yeah. So, and that's what we're doing today. I want you guys to see that idea. So what do we got? So now we got a totally different outfit. I love this outfit. There he is. Mr. Cat. So we just went from Japan to the Old West. And once again, these are all his clothes. He wears this stuff every day.
Oh yeah.
He really does. These aren't just costumes. He wears this stuff every day. Someone made a comment. They saw me. I posted an image of me photographing, and he goes, "Looks like Stevie Ray getting photographed by John Goodman." It's like, damn it! Are you going to be drawing people coming out of hibernation? No, we're not drawing people coming out of hibernation. All right, so here we go. So let's go ahead and set our clock. 5 minutes. We got a brand new pose. This is fun, huh?
Every time you mention John Goodman, I'm just thinking, look at his hero! Over the line! Which iPad size do you prefer?
The big one.
Big. The bigger the better. Hey Aaron, do your children draw as well?
Not so much. You guys don't draw a ton.
Austin has gone more into stained glass, though she does do some sketch. I think she sketched some flowers. I used to do a lot of sketching in high school, but nowadays I'm focused on photography.
Yeah. So here I'm just trying to find, I'm getting bogged down. There we go. He's got a cigar in his fingers.
I'm 15 and I enjoy traditional art a lot. Do you think that it will be possible to be a professional traditional artist in the future, or will it be mostly digital?
No, I think traditional art will never go away. And that's great that you like that. I love that. Traditional art will never go away. You know, people thought that painting, you know, when photography first came out, painting would go away, but it didn't. Gotta move him up here.
Will you include drawing or painting different types of fabric textures
Yes.
in your new course?
Maybe not specifically, but all of the models are all dressed in different types of fabric. Ah, come on. I'm drawing them too big. I do this every time.
Hey Aaron,
Yeah, what's going on?
would you say no matter how good you are, you gotta keep practicing, or do you reach a point where you can do most things by memory?
No, you got to practice. Drawing and painting is like, it's like working out. You know, if you quit working out, you get weak. And you know, exercising, it's like that. And you've got to keep exercising. Otherwise, you get stale. All right, I only got a couple minutes. I mean, I've only got about a minute and a half here.
Is there a hashtag we can use to share our work if we are following along with you?
I don't have one set up, but if you guys come up with one, then we can all use it. Hashtag 5-minute poses. Let's do hashtag 5-minute poses. How's that sound?
I like that.
There we go. Well, I'm trying to move fast here. He's got a lot of different values. So I'm going to color in these jeans. And then add the shadows. There we go.
Hey Aaron, love the stream today. Just curious, did you get to do any animation work on the new Space Jam movie?
No, I didn't. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is. Well, there's another one down. They're fun to do, aren't they? These are a lot of fun. Aaron Blaise Live. There you go. Hashtag Aaron Blaise Live. There you go. So once again, this is one thing I try to look for. Look at this simple line coming down the back into his bottom. Then you've got all this complexity over here. You can see I'm cheating as I explain. I'm drawing. So, and this is how I like to, when I started drawing or started painting, I'll lay everything in real quick like this, and then you can go back in and refine like I'm doing now. You always have that ability to refine. But I'm really was looking for those directional changes, simple line, like so. I love that hat, man. There we go. I added lines. Yes, I cheated.
Do you have any advice or tips on how to draw for form reference? Or no, to draw. You wrote form, but I think you wrote meant from. And draw from reference without messing up the proportions of the image.
It's really it's practice. I know it's a cop-out thing to say, but it really does come down to practice. You have to do it a lot. Look at your proportions. Compare all over the place. That's what when I'm drawing Jolt like this, I'm looking at where does that knee come out compared to where his head is. Okay, it's directly underneath. Where's his elbow compared to where his head? Okay, it's right in between. So you can see how these all, once you start looking at these types of things, how it all comes together.
Practice makes better.
It does. All right, so let's do another one. Let's go ahead and reset the clock. Man, 5 minutes is the sweet spot for me. I like 5 minutes. 2 minutes, I hate 2-minute poses. Oh, and we used to do 30-second poses at Disney. Oh my God, just like
stick figures all day.
Yeah, it's like, oh, come on, man. No, we got to keep you loose. I'm already loose.
You're stressing me out.
Technically, birds are dinosaurs, so we already did a class on them. Yeah, that's true. You got a point there.
As a director, do you have any general advice for managing a team of animators?
You know what? Listen.
Just make sure to carry a belt around just in case.
No, it's really about listening to everybody and don't shut people down. You know, don't shut them down. Everyone's got something to say, something worthwhile to contribute. And that's, you know, if you can do that, then you've got a good thing going. But it really does come down to, and let the people do what their strengths are. You know, you got some good animators, let them be good animators. And keep your mind open. Your idea of what a shot should be isn't the end all. You know, someone else will have a different idea and it'll be just as good, if not better. So keep that in mind. All right, so YouTube question. Hey Aaron, have you ever tried drawing manga? No, I haven't really, not a whole lot. But let's go ahead and we got 5 minutes on the clock. We got a new pose. And let's go ahead and start.
Till when can we expect Armand Serrano course?
Well, it's going to be soon. We had some plans. We had some stuff come up to where we couldn't. We were going to shoot Armand's course this past weekend, but we had some personal issues come up. So we had to postpone. But that'll be coming up soon. And probably in the next couple of months, we'll have Armand Serrano's course out. So here, I want to get his.
For the latecomers, hey Aaron, I would like to know if there's any scholarships left that we can apply, like the previous one.
Yep, we have a new scholarships all the time, so just go ahead and apply. So here I'm getting a little jumbled up. I want to find some of that simple line work. There we go. Just working my way down.
Hey Aaron.
Hey, what's going on?
What do you do when you have an artist block?
I just work through it. Just work through it. I mean, I can feel this dragging too much. I gotta get moving here.
And do you have any tips for cutting out distractions or increasing focus?
Yeah, I mean, that's cut out distractions. It all depends on how you can work, you know, how you deal with with music or whatever it might be. Some people work well with certain distractions like music. I like working with music. Other people have to have a silent room, which is cool. But it's just a matter of finding what works best for you and then doing that.
I think from earlier when you were talking about your Disney days, someone's asking, did you find it difficult? Wait, no, wrong question. Did Disney have you guys do regular practice drills?
Regular practice drills?
Yeah.
Like drawing?
Yeah, like were there any?
Yeah, we did.
Where you had to do like something to like ways to practice in between.
Oh yeah, we had drawing classes all the time.
Yeah, did you guys even have like classes for like the certain styles of animations before hopping onto a new project?
We had classes on acting. We had all kinds of stuff. I took a lot of acting classes. So here I'm just trying to get the feel of that billowy shirt without drawing a billowy shirt. Letting these shadows kind of carry everything through.
Will you teach perspective figure drawing too? You're the best. I admire you a lot.
Well, I've already got a perspective course. I'll cover perspective in figure drawing. That's not going to be in this course, but yeah, that's a good point. It's something I don't really think about. It's just something I do. So it's a good thing to remind me of. So I'm really trying to scribble in the rest of this now. Keeping this really, really simple.
Did you find it difficult making that switch from animator to director?
Yes, very much. It was very, very hard. But it was one of the best things I've ever done.
Do you speak any foreign languages?
I don't. There we go. We are done.
Boom.
Goes the dynamite.
And boom goes the dynamite.
All right, so there's another one. This one came out a little bit stiff, but still, it's all right. Once again, I love finding these simple, boom, that simple shot right down the leg. Always look for those nice, long, complex, not complex, simple lines of action through the body. That's what's going to give you your thrust in the drawing. All right, so there's that. Would you ever make a poster illustrating the principles of animation? That's a cool idea. Clocking sketches, it's a race against the timer. I find it very stressing. Is that necessary? Well, it helps. I know it is kind of stressful doing that. I'm going to put some of his rings in here. I didn't get his rings. There we go. I'll add some of his mustache. Whoops, not there.
I find monkeys harder to draw than other animals. Do you have any tips for
Sorry, I found that funny just as a statement.
To draw other animals. Do you have any tips or are you planning on making a course covering gorillas, apes, chimps, monkeys?
I plan on doing a course covering those for sure. Let's see what our next pose is. There it is. Oh, look at that. Nice and simple. Look at that nice, simple. These are things like this I live for. I love these shapes. And you just need little hints of something here and there, whether it's his fingers sticking out the side or whatever, to give you a sense of what we're looking at. I love these kinds of poses. It's such a cheat, but because this one they're deceptively simple as well. Don't get sucked in by its simple shapes. You want to make sure there's still a shoulder, a spine, a rib cage. There's still all these things underneath that are going to affect the outside shape. But we've got these nice abstract shapes on the outside that I think are really very cool. So we got 5 minutes on the clock. Let me make sure I got a new layer. I've got my brush. There we go. There's my brush. And there we go.
Well, I guess the question I asked earlier was not for scholarship, it was for being an art scholar, like an art teacher.
Oh.
Is asking where can we apply to be an art scholar?
No, I think it means scholarship.
No, he said I mean art scholar, so I think he means art teacher.
I don't know. You don't learn that on our site. You get a scholarship on our site.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Play. We are into it now. So let's start with that hat. Curly hair, that the Jolt Hormé curly hair.
Yeah, I think that question is being asked because of we have the other guys with their courses like Tim and Ronnie and Chuck. They have all their own courses.
Right.
I think the person's asking how can they apply to do a course with us.
Oh, we don't take applications for doing courses. There we go. All right, so I've got this great shape in his back coming down. This is all negative space here from the chair. You can see how this comes out to fit his behind, his butt's under there. And that's his shirt.
Can you show foreshortening of hands and legs, please?
If we have one coming up, I will for sure. Because today we're drawing whatever poses come up. All right, so here's our half lock folds.
Which brush are you using to start this sketch?
This is my regular sketch brush, my custom sketch brush that I always use on everything. It's my Pastel C number 7. So I'm about halfway through the time. See, it can be deceptively simple because I've already used up half the time on this and I'm still working away. There.
How did you start approaching anatomy in humans and animals when you were starting to learn the craft? Was it through books, classes, teachers?
I was really into Bern Hogarth, dynamic anatomy. I really loved his work. And that's what really attracted me to human anatomy. And then I just started to learn it academically as well. You know, when I went to college, I was doing live figure drawing. So here we go. There.
Hello, sir.
There we go. Hold on one second. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Interested to know if you've ever got to a point you lost confidence in your skills, and how would one overcome the drain of second guessing their art? Great sessions.
Oh, you know, it's just time. You get more confident in yourself as time goes on. And there's always going to be a time that you doubt yourself. We all go through that. It just happens. And there's the imposter syndrome that you think like, oh geez, I've never been able to do this, and everyone's going to know that I can't do it. And it's just, we all go through that. Got about 11 seconds left. There we go. There, bingo. Bingo.
Bingo.
What is his name? I do have to get some of his hair in there. I just got to do it.
You just gotta.
I just got to dance.
I want to dance.
There we go. Boom. Jolt Horme. His head's a little small in that image, but that's okay. It works on as it is. I like doing this. Twitch question, even though 5 minutes is your favorite time for figure drawing, do you think you could demonstrate one 30-second or 2-minute pose so we can see what you can get done in such a short amount of time? Let's do it. Sure, let's do it.
Sure.
To me, it becomes much more gestural. You get really kind of quick with your line. Let me turn this off. File. Open. Where are we? That's the one we just did. Yeah, that's a good one. So let's do this one as a 1-minute pose. All right, we got the clock set for 1 minute. This is how we do our 1-minute poses. It's not pretty, but it works well. You ready?
Sure.
Go. Where's it go? There we go.
What are your thoughts on photo bashing?
I'm not going to talk right now.
Should I? That's serious.
I just get in there and scribble away. I know it looks like a mess, but that's okay. Oops, let me move this up here. You can still get a sense of the pose. Got about 5 seconds left. That's it. That's 1 minute. And you go, oh, okay, well that's pretty nasty. No, but that's pretty much what it is. Let's do it one more time. I like doing these actually. Let's do another one. I'm going to keep this one open because we're going to come back and do another 5-minute pose on that. All right, let's reset. And go. I'm completely drawing them off the page. So I like to just get the feel of the. Let me shrink them up. See if I can get enough time to shrink them up. Oh, I got 14 seconds left. There we go. Oh. So that's it. You just get enough time just to lay in a shape, you know, and that's all. That's 1 minute poses. And so we would sit and we would do about a half an hour of these at any given time. And it just, yeah, it does loosen you up. But after a while, you just go, you know what, I'm ready to sit and draw something more. So let's go back here. I'm going to go back to this one. And it's getting hot in here, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Let's open this door. Oh my gosh, it's like a rush of cool air rushing in. Let me open up the other door over here.
Will anyone from the expedition art team, like Manny Crosco or Joe Weatherly, do a course on Creature Art Teacher?
Yes, Manny's going to be doing one on sketchbooks. So we're excited about that.
And what tablet with display are you using?
I'm using a Wacom Cintiq 32 Pro. All right, so we're back to our 5-minute timer. We've got a few more left. I think maybe we'll do about 3 more. Yeah. 3 or 4 more, yeah. So let's see, add a new layer. New layer. All right, here we go. Go.
Would you consider doing this live streaming traditional?
Yeah, we're gonna do one again. We wanted to do it today traditional. We just didn't have time to set up for it with a live model. Actually, we're not sure who we're gonna get. Maybe Vedanta might pose, or maybe we can get. Well, Dustin, I can't. I guess Dustin can't pose.
No, I'm too fat.
Oh, shut up. You gotta man the phones, man.
Do you still study other artists like Dean Cornwell?
Absolutely. We were just talking about, it's funny you mentioned Dean Cornwell. We were just talking in one of my courses the other day about J.C. Leyendecker. Because we were talking about folds and how Leyendecker was so amazing with fabric and folds. And
I have a question. If we complete courses online and if we send you the work we've done on it, is there a way you can give us a certificate of completion of the course?
No. That's it. We're not set up for that. But I mean, they're meant for informational. You know, our courses are meant for informational. We're not accredited yet, so it wouldn't matter if you've got a certificate of completion or not, because we're not accredited. But we have a lot of great information on there. Here I'm talking and not drawing.
Hey there, Aaron and Dustin, long-time listener, first-time caller. I noticed in the picture you posted the other day that your Aeron chair had a footrest.
Yes, that's
that option. How'd you get that?
Well, that's the stool. That's the Aeron stool. It's not a regular Aeron chair. It's the Aeron stool. It's a drafting chair.
Have you done this exercise without lifting the pencil off the page?
Yes, we used to do those. Are called contour drawings, and those drive me even more nuts. We got 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. And Nick, I know you've got questions up there, Nick. I'm sorry I haven't been able to get to them because I'm doing this. I will get to them after I finish this drawing.
Did you work with or study under Glenn Vilppu?
Yes, I'm friends with Glenn Vilppu. Get those jeans colored in. Glenn Vilppu is wonderful at figurative work. For those of you that don't know who Glenn Vilppu is, he's an amazing figurative artist. There we go. 46 seconds.
46. 46 seconds, you say?
There we go. There, done. This is why I like doing the 5-minute poses so much more. I can actually get a drawing done that resembles a drawing. So that's the key to these, is really staying loose, looking at, there we go, keep that out there like that, there. And looking at your proportion, making sure that that's all the same, you know, that sort of thing. I like it like that.
I like it a lot.
So far we've done eight drawings, 8 figures.
Holy cannoli.
Holy cannoli. Hi Aaron, what are your thoughts on photo bashing? I think photo bashing is awesome. Whatever it takes. That's what I say. YouTube question, do you have any advice on digital brushwork? I really admire a lot of brushwork of traditional artists, and I'm wondering how to get cool expressive brushstrokes digitally. Well, one of the things you got to do, look around for the different brush sets that are out there. There's a lot of really great like dry brush sets and oil brushes, but also start experimenting with your own brush creation. I've, you know, in my digital painting course, how to paint digitally in Photoshop, I do a whole section on how to create your own brushes. Almost all of my brushes that I use, I've created, and I've really gotten some great effects with them. And matter of fact, the brush I'm using today is a creation of my own. So I really recommend getting in there and just experimenting with creating your own brushes. So there you go. All right, let's move on to the next one. There he is, the man, the myth. Which one? I want that one or that one. I think I like, we just did this one as a 1 minute. Let's do this one. What's this? Oh, that's a cool one too. Let's do this one next. All right, and also, you know, when you get that, when this course comes out, all these photos that we're working from, plus I've got hundreds more are going to be included in the course. So let's keep that in mind. This is going to be a really fun course. Also, I want to remind you guys that Tim Hodges' storyboarding for TV animation is out. It's out today. We're going to continue the 50% off price on it through the weekend. So you haven't missed out on that if you haven't ordered yet. It's the pre-order price. We're going to continue that through the weekend. It ends Monday. So if you want that course for 50% off, go and check it out and get it this weekend. So here's our next pose. We are at 5 minutes and let's go. I already can see I messed it up. Let's go. I like exaggerating this hat. Man, am I drawing him too big? Let's get that shoulder up. I'm going to establish those shoulders. Cigar. There we go. Get that arm nice straight. I love finding those little things like that, that straight, that's just an anchor, you know?
Which artists inspire you nowadays?
Oh man, there's too many to, everybody. I don't care who it is. There's so many people on Instagram. There's so many, you know, all the classics that still inspire me, but there's so many young people that inspire me that are just blow my mind. I gotta get this way over here. There we go. There.
Is there anything you learned recently about drawing?
No, I mean, I guess you're always learning, but there is a point where you're maintaining, and for me, it's more about it becoming less and less work, you know, and that's where you can start to relax a little bit because you know it now. See here, I know that shape, that shadow shape is just going to work perfectly. Coming into his, I got to get a little bit of this in here.
Who's your favorite classic artist of all time?
Oh, geez, there's too many to mention, but I love John Singer Sargent is probably my favorite impressionist. Joaquin Sorolla, Spanish painter. Zorn. Got 20 seconds. 20 seconds on the clock. Four seconds. There we go. Bing, bing. Seems you can get done in just a couple minutes. It's so much fun. So much fun. Let's reset that. There he is. The myth, the legend. All right. Actually, I want to cover in that boot. YouTube comment, trying to draw along with you and my 5 minute looks far more rough than your 1 minute. It's okay. I've been doing this a while. I love your courses. I recently purchased How to Draw Clear Expressions. One of the best purchases I've ever made. So much great information on that course. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I had a lot of fun creating it, for sure. Hello, I normally tune in via Facebook, but apparently it's not working and I can't see previous comments. So sorry if you already answered this, but are these reference images you're drawing available for us to use as well? Well, they will be available on my course when it comes out. These will all be part of my costume figure drawing course. All right, so there's that one. Let's put these together.
Are you working on bigger animation movies now?
No. No, we're still, no. Look how much, this is another thing too. You can see how much we improve. You know, look at the first couple we did. They're a little bit sparse, a little bit labored, you know, but they become stronger and stronger as we go. It's one thing that you'll notice as you sit down for a session.
Is there any difference from drawing from life versus photography?
Oh, of course. I mean, when you're drawing from life, you're literally drawing from something that's in front of you, 3D, and photography, you're looking at a flat image. So it's a big change. I like these outfits here. Look at that. We got to do a couple of these. I'm going to jump away from the cowboy outfit, and we just got to get into a couple of these. I got to do this one. I got to do it. Or no, I'm going to do this one first.
Did you ever work with naturally quiet people or introverts? I struggle to speak up when working in teams. Any advice to overcome this?
Stop it. That's my advice. I know it's hard, and I'm an extrovert, so it's not as hard for me. And but you have to, especially in the world of animation, in order to get your voice heard, you have got to force yourself to speak up. It's just that's part of the job. And you know, on one hand, it's, you know, being an animator and an introvert is a dream job because you can get all that expression, but you can do it privately. But also, if you want to influence animated films working at a studio, then you have to be able to speak up and put forth your opinion. Ryan on YouTube says, Aaron, my hand is getting tired. Good, then you're just getting to the point where we should kick it into high gear. YouTube question, can I draw small? I don't know. Is it okay to do so? No, draw big. I always like to draw big. I think it's better for you. It teaches you to draw from the shoulder. All right, we're all set. Let's stop jibber jabbering. We got work to do. We are going. Here we go. There we go. What I try to do is just find those, like his hair shapes.
I hate figure drawing. How can I learn to like it?
Do it a lot. You know, everything that's painful, like figure drawing, we tend to not like to do it because it's so painful. Look how much time I'm spending on this face. Spending too much time.
Mm-hmm. I bet Aaron Blaise adores the movie Big Lebowski.
It is my favorite movie of all time, other than Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
For a costume party in Las Vegas, he even dressed up as the dude.
I did dress up as the dude.
Bathrobe and all, even with the white Russian.
Yep, and I had so many people coming up to me posing with me. My hair was just the right color or right length at the time.
He even had the right beard goatee going.
Yeah.
Shades and all.
So here, I like to spend a little bit more time on the anatomy. Because I know those are going to be the few areas, like this is all just bunched up. Here's some diaper folds. But it's just bunched up there. Nice, there's our nice straight that I was looking for. And then right here, we got some bunched up fabric. Jolt and I, when in our younger days, we used to go out to a couple bars here in Florida. We'd go out and with our wives and have some drinks and dance. And he'd always wear these genie shoes. There's one that he's got on right here. I always used to say, Joe, wear the genie shoes. Look, people are gonna dig them. And so he'd go in, he'd come out in his genie shoes.
You'd be like, yep, that's the one.
Yep. But look at the abstract shape, and it's just getting his head in there. There we go. And then here, it literally is it's all abstract shadow shapes as well. But it makes sense with the form. Like I know this arm is casting a shadow onto here, and then this is in shadow. We've got all these abstract shapes in here. Look at this big abstract shape. Got 36 seconds left.
For a 5-minute sketch, would you use a silhouette and then add highlights to bring out the detail?
That's kind of what I'm doing, although I'm drawing some of the interior. But yeah, I mean, you could do something like that. 12 seconds left. Meh, meh, meh. The thing I don't want to get into is drawing all the lines, because that just drawing all the pattern on there would it would mix too much with the. There we go, done. With the contour lines that we've got there, I'm going to color in the bottom of his genie shoe there. There we go. I snorted. And you can add in a little suggested detail for the necklaces, and there we go. He's larger than life, that guy. He's my brother.
That guy.
I hate figure drawing. How can I learn to like it? Hey, Aaron, I purchased your character design course. I can't wait to start. I'm almost done with your anatomy course. Thank you for inspiration always. You are my art school. Well, that makes me happy. Thank you for saying so. All right, so there's another one done. Down. Another one bites the dust.
As soon as I heard genie shoes, I now have Prince Ali in my head.
Twitch question. This is the live stream I've been needing. I've been trying to put some figure drawings in my portfolio. How many full drawings or sketches do I need in a portfolio? You need all of them.
7.
7. You need all of them. As many as it takes. There is no set number. It just really does come down to how, whatever it takes. All right, so there's that one. I think we're good for one more. Let's see what we got here in his crazy outfits. I like that stogie sticking out of his mouth. Let's do this one. And once again, I like these big abstract shapes. All right, folks, this is our last one.
Last one.
Our last one. My last 5-minute pose. This is our 11th drawing. See how many, in one live stream, we've done 11 figure drawings.
I don't think we've ever done that many in one.
Yeah. It's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
You believe this notion that left-handedness gives you this sort of advantage in art from a doubtful fellow left-handed? No, I don't think it does. I am left-handed, but I don't think it does. It is odd that there are a lot of left-handed. There's more left-handed artists than the general population, but once again, I don't think it's. I think it's. I don't know. YouTube question: Did you just produce Brother Bear, or did you draw and animate as well? Which one did you prefer? Well, I didn't produce Brother Bear. I co-directed Brother Bear. Producing and directing are two different things. A director is responsible for the creative. The producer is there to make sure the project gets done. They facilitate the project, and the director is the creative, and I'm the one that was in charge of the design, the animation, the music, the acting, the writing, all that sort of thing. But I did, when my schedule got slow, I did jump in and help animate as well. All right, so here we are. We got 5 minutes on the clock. One more. YouTube comment. This guy is the exact kind of fancy Disney old man friend I would expect Aaron to have. You're damn right. We've been friends for years and years. All right, and he's a Disney guy too, so pretty funny. Here we go. 5 minutes on the clock. Last drawing, folks. I want to get that stogie in there.
Really love the way you draw, Aaron. I have purchased your course bundle for the summer, hoping it will help my illustration. Will you make another animated film?
Yes. We're working on Snow Bear as we speak. Matter of fact, when I am done with this next course, I'm going to be jumping over, hopefully, to Snow Bear full time. That's our goal.
What's the best application to paint on iPad?
I think Procreate.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
How would you do the dent in the hat?
You just do it as a shadow. You do a little shadow there. It's all value changes. There, boom, you got a dent. Oh, I'm talking too much. Or I wasn't talking enough because all of a sudden I've only got half the time left on the clock.
For the question I've seen people ask in the chat, I think Aaron needs to just get a sign he can point to that says, yes, it's okay to draw the way you're asking.
You can draw any way you want as long as you're drawing. There we go. Once again, all shadow. A little smoke.
Your drawings remind me of Kid Rock.
Got a minute 23 left. So now it's about finding these little areas of where these shadows, like under the arm, you creates a shadow there, and all of a sudden you've got light, you know. And the way these folds work, I'm trying to be spontaneous, but also, you know, more controlled. Planned spontaneity, how's that? I'm trying to do planned spontaneity. $30 seconds left. Three seconds left. Me. Done. Done. That's what I do want to hit a little bit of. I love these bracelets and things like that around his arm. And the rings. Yeah, we always have a good time, Jolt and I. We had a good time doing this photo shoot. I'll tell you that. There we go. So there they are. Let's go ahead. Actually, I want to. You know what? I know I'm going over the time, but I want to add a little bit of. I want to add the detail in this hat.
Okay.
Just a little tiny touch of detail. There he is. There's my buddy Joel.
Is Procreate free, or is there a free version?
I don't think it's free. I don't think it's that expensive though either. All right, so let's do this. Let's see what we've done so far. Let's take these and let's there's one. Whoops. There we go. There's two.
Is it a good idea to use figure or hand mannequins? It doesn't seem like they are anatomically accurate.
I don't use them, and I never did. It's not, you know, some people find a use for them. I don't necessarily find them useful. There we go. It's kind of fun going back through and seeing what we did. So they look good reduced, don't they? They come together nicely. Let's see what else we got here. Well, I'm going to have to shrink all these. If we're going to fit them all in. Bring it down to about there. Whoops. To about there. Let's put him up here.
Draw that fast.
Well, practice.
Practice makes a heck of a lot better.
Lots and lots of practice.
What software do you use for the reference?
What software do I use for the reference? Camera?
I think he's asking, like, how are you able to keep the picture up while you're...
I'm working in Photoshop.
Yeah. You're basically running two different Photoshop files at once.
Yep. There we go. Boy, these are fun. There we go. Here's all of our drawings for the day. That came out pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of fun?
Yeah.
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 The middle row I like the best, I think. I think I'm going to make him a little bigger. Or make this one a little bigger. There we go. Boom. So there you go, folks. This is 5-minute figure drawing. I really enjoyed doing this. I think I'm going to do this again. Let's do this on a semi-regular basis. We can start pulling together photos of, I'll put this up here. Figure drawings and characters. And I think doing this semi-regularly, once a month, maybe once every couple of months, I think it'd be really cool. And you know, this is a good habit to get into. Draw from magazines if you want to. Grab fashion magazines. Fashion magazines have great costumes. You know, this is something we used to do in college. If I couldn't find a model, if we couldn't, you know, we could sit down and I would do like 5-minute sketches, just flipping through magazines. So I couldn't get it out. Fashion magazines. I want to say fabric magazines. And it just creates a good habit. All right, getting in there and doing these quick 5-minute sketches are really good. And Nick was just suggesting that next time maybe we work up to some 15 or 30-minute poses as well. And that's a lot of fun too. That's where you really get into creating some fine nuances. And but it's at this stage right here where I think the drawing has its life. Getting those bold statements down, making sure they're accurate, but being bold about it and getting in there and throwing them in. I've got a couple more questions up here. YouTube comment, hey Aaron, these live streams are so inspiring. I keep coming back to them and draw along, searching for insight in your line work and learning from each one. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. You're absolutely welcome. I absolutely love doing this stuff with you guys. You got to remember, when I'm drawing, I'm staying in practice and I'm learning too, so I'm getting to share it with you guys while I'm also at the same time keeping my skills honed and learning. Twitch question, when you finish Snow Bear, will you release a course showing your process from start to finish? Yes, that's actually one of our motivations behind making Snow Bear. Obviously we want to make an animated short, but then at the end of it, we're actually going to release a course on how to create your own animated short. And it's going to be us having documented the whole process of creating Snow Bear. So it's just 5 years in the making, that's all. But it's been great. And I had a really great time today. Remember, Tim Hodges' course is up and ready to go today. His course on storyboarding for TV. Tim's an amazing artist. He's an even more amazing human being. He's just a great guy. And we're so happy to have him part of our family on creatureartteacher.com. So go and check out storyboarding for TV animation with Tim Hodge. It's out today. And the 50% off is good through the weekend. So if you're going to get it now, because the price is going to go up starting Monday. And then also, I just want to remind you that all of our courses, or I shouldn't say all of them, but many of our courses, because of COVID, we've dropped down to $1, $5, $10. Some of them are at the lowest price that they've ever been. And this is something that we've been wanting to do and continue doing until we get out of this COVID crisis and everybody's getting back to work and people have jobs and incomes and things like that. So in the meantime, it's our goal to make sure that people have at least some ability to learn and continue to grow while they're being stuck at home in either quarantine or having to just be shut down. So anyway, there's that. So once again, here's our drawings for the day. It's a lot of fun. You know, this type of thing is just an absolute joy to do. I love making these. I love drawing loose fitting clothes, lots of drapery. That's what I'm going to be covering in this course coming up. And if you want to learn more about how to draw like this, then be on the lookout for my course, How to Draw Costume Figures, coming up hopefully by the end of May, if not beginning of June. And there's that. Dustin, you got anything to add there, bud? Well, I know you do anyway.
I think that's about it. I mean, I don't have a camera on me, so I'm not going to do my usual thing. But
come on over. Come on over and say hi. Come on over. It's okay.
Hi.
All right. So thanks a lot, you guys. Thanks for joining us. I had a really great time today, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. Go out and put some beauty back into the world. Create some art. Make somebody else's life better. Put your shopping cart away. It's the little things. So until next week, I hope you have a great weekend and week. Oh, actually, we won't be seeing you next week. We're going to be
going to Montana.
We're going to Montana. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. I hope you have a great 2 weeks, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Later. Cowboy Bebop.